Kyle reviewed. Like and subscribe.
Hey guys, just finished watching The Flash, Season 6, Episode 3, Dead Man Running. This episode was interesting. We did deal a little bit with Crisis, just kind of the Crisis aftermath-ish of them finding out what's going to happen. Barry and Iris telling the team that there's Crisis is coming. Interesting that Joe and Cecile were not a part of that whenever they're telling the team stuff. And then they eventually at the end of the episode tell everyone that Barry has to sacrifice himself. And that's something big that Joe needs to find out. I mean, heck, that's something that even Wally should find out, I know Wally's not going to be a part of the show. I think he should be a part of the Crisis. So we'll have to wait and see as to where he goes and stuff. Especially with what happened last week on Arrow, the destruction of, spoiler alert, I guess, but destruction of Earth 2, and we don't know if is HR and... is it HR or the first Harrison Wells, the one who's the father of Jesse Quick and stuff? That would be interesting to see how that would go, finding out if Jesse Quick's actually dead or not. I mean, obviously, it's comic book shows and stuff, so if it doesn't, we didn't see a body, then it didn't happen. But it would be interesting for them to think that they're dead and find out what Wally West's reaction would be to finding out that Jesse Quick is dead, or presumed dead, right? That would be really interesting with that. But this episode was kind of okay. We had a bit of a storyline with Ralph and his mother. That was okay, but I would have liked to have seen Harrison Wells, Harrison Nash Wells, being kind of more foreground instead of that, because he was very much of the back storyline. There's only a little bit of him in this episode, but it seems like he could be interesting, and it seems like he might be connected to the Crisis. Hopefully he could be. I'm thinking, is this Nash going to become Pariah type thing? That could be something interesting there, dealing with that, since he's going to be connected to the Crisis crossover. So we have that. We do have a bit of Ramsey's storyline here, which was okay. Him dealing with dark matter was like, okay, maybe that's going to be connected to the dark matter walls and all that stuff from the Crisis. That could be something interesting. And then in the end of the episode, he's like, I don't no longer need dark matter. So we'll have to wait and see as to where things kind of go with him. I really hope that he becomes connected to the Crisis. Maybe he accidentally sets off the Crisis, or has something to do with it and makes it worse. So we'll have to wait and see as to where things kind of go with him. But I feel like his storyline is just kind of something to do until Crisis, just like a filler storyline instead of doing Crisis storylines, which is disappointing, but it's better than some sort of fill in of the week thing until Crisis shows up, right? So that's kind of interesting there. I really like this episode. I think it's okay. I would like to see him a bit more. I'd like to find out does the Flash team or like to have seen them find out that Earth 2 is gone, because we saw that Diggle in the last episode of Arrow. We saw that Diggle went over to Earth 2. He got a little device from Cisco. Would have been nice to see that. Maybe a text pops up on his phone from Diggle saying, "Hey, I need to go to Earth 2." He's like, "Sure, here, come and get it," right? And we would have been nice maybe to see him, but just a text, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll send you one." And that would have been really cool to see that, just get a text, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta go," and we just see him leave the room to give Diggle I'm here to get a thing, right? And that's it, right? So that would have been cool to see that without actually having the actor jump on. Just a text message would have been really cool to see that in the show. And then maybe something at the end of that to send him to go, Earth 2 is gone. Wouldn't that be something that he'd want to let people know, especially let Cisco know and the more scientific people who deal with Earth 2 and the multiverse more often than the Arrow team, right? Wouldn't that make sense to do that? To kind of have Oliver sending a text to Barry, "Hey, Earth 2 is gone. We need to talk about the Crisis." And he's like, and then Barry go, "Yeah, I'm already part of the Crisis too," type thing. "We got to talk later," or something like that. Because at this point, with what happened in the last episode of Arrow, they should already be kind of just exchanging notes about Crisis, is what I think they should be doing at this point. So it'll be quite interesting to see as to where things go. We also have a bit of, with Earth 2, we know that Jesse Quick and Harrison Wells were on Earth 2, so it's unclear if they died in the destruction of Earth 2, but we didn't see a body, so we have to wait and see as to where they could go. But if they find out that Earth 2 is destroyed and Wally West thinks that Jesse Quick is dead, that could be something cool to play with too. And whether or not they bring her back, who knows? I mean, the actress is busy on another show, so we'll have to wait and see as to where things kind of go with that. So all in all, I'm really excited to see as to where things go. I'd like like to see a little bit more Crisis, but I don't mind having a super heavy Crisis episode like last episode, then turning it a little bit down, but not completely off in this episode, and then putting it back up again in the next episode could be quite fun. So we'll have to wait and see as to where things go in the next episode. I like to see a bit more Crisis, but like a little bit of texting back and forth, just a little bit of plot lines going back and forth through each show would be nice. So we'll have to wait and see. But I know the episodes do air at Flash, then Arrow, so I'm trying to watch it like that every time I watch these episodes. So let me know what you think, guys, about this episode in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Okay, Kyle has a YouTube channel called Kyle Reviewed. It's about Marvel and DC. I happen to know a little bit about DC since my initials are DC. All right, so if you like Kyle's interviews and videos and reviews and everything like that, then like and subscribe. If you don't like them, well, maybe you're just not a comic book fan.